Hello, welcome to another Walking Movies. I'm Nick. As you can tell, I'm walking to the movies. Well, I mean, you don't know that. You have to take my word for that I am. Although there's the, you see that sign? Yeah, that's one of the signs for the Festival Leisure Park. But yeah, I'm on my way to cinema. It's Friday the 1st of March, and there's only one film to go and see on Friday the 1st of March, because it's the only big film out this week. It is Dune Part Two. Now, I never reviewed Dune on this podcast because I didn't go and see Dune until about a month ago, when they re-released it in lieu of this new one coming out, and I went and saw it. I had wanted to see it when it first came out. It was pandemic-y and there wasn't much going on. I wasn't going to cinema very much. I thought I was going to watch it at home, and I never got around to it. And then I tried to watch it on a plane. You can't watch it on a plane because you've got really small screens. It's not good. So I watched it in IMAX, and I really enjoyed it. So I was really looking forward to Part 2. I was going to see it in IMAX. Fortunately, I couldn't because of the time it started meant that I wasn't going to get there in time. So I'm seeing it on the second biggest screen that they've got instead, which we'll have to do. Yeah, and who knows, I might go and see it in IMAX one day, but it won't be today. So Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh is in this one, Dave Bautista is in this one, and of course Cheryl Cole's favourite actor, it's the same name as an act on the X Factor, Rebecca Ferguson, who I am a big fan of. She's in this as well. And yeah, the bloke who played Elvis, Aaron Butler, I'm sure it's Aaron Butler, he's in this as well. And Zendaya, of course, who had quite a big role in the first one, but I think should be more central to the story in this one. I don't know, I've never read the books. But yeah, like I said, I regretted not seeing it when it first came out. Very excited to see this one, and I'll give you my thoughts on what I think about Dune Part 2 in about 3 hours. It's a 2 hour 45 minute film, so it's a big boy, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the first one was stunning, like visually stunning. This one looks equally as impressive, if not more so. Unfortunately for my American listeners or viewers, we do not have the popcorn bucket over here of the sandworm, which looks like something else rather than a popcorn bucket, but yeah, so I won't be buying one of those. But yeah, I'll give you my thought about Dune Part 2. Just a sec. Of course, it would completely start raining when I get my camera out to film this, wouldn't it? That's always the way, always sod's law. So I never gave a score to Dune. I was talking about it earlier, and if I was to give Dune a score, the original or Part 1 of Dune, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. A visually stunning film. Just shows how great a director Denis Villeneuve is. Like, there's nothing that looks like his films, they're so grand. And Dune Part 2, is very much the Empire Strikes Back to Dune Part 1's A New Hope. I think that's fair to say. It's bigger, it's grander, it's more aggressive. I don't think you'll see a better looking film this year than Dune Part 2. It really is just spectacular. It's the kind of film that you need to see on the biggest screen possible. I didn't see it on the biggest screen I could have done, because that's the IMAX. However, the cinema screen that I did see it in is comparable. Only the sound really kind of let it down as not being as kind of like bone shaking as an IMAX cinema would do. But I wasn't disappointed at all. Like, I'm really glad I did see it on that screen in the end, because, as I said, it is so visually stunning to watch. It's so grand. I mean, the only thing... So, I mean, it's not perfect, and I'm going to give the score now. I'm going to give it an 8.5. And that's only because I did find this a little bit harder to keep up with than I did the first one. And I'm not sure why. You know, it could be the mood I'm in today. I don't know. But I did find myself struggling at times to try and work out where the story's actually going, or what they're trying to kind of convey with the film. So for me, I did really, really enjoy it, but I did find it a little bit harder to follow, like I say. And so, yeah, I'm giving it an 8.5, but I don't... That's not to diminish it at all. I mean, if you loved the first Dune, or if you just really enjoyed Dune Part 1, then you're going to be going to see this film. You have to go and see this film. And I'm going to look forward to watching it again, because I do want to see it again. But that's it. I just found it a little bit more harder to keep up with than I did with the first one. And so that's why I'm kind of marking it down just slightly. But, I mean, it's going to be probably up there with the best films that I see this year. It's definitely going to be up there. I can't think of another film that's going to be more spectacular to watch on the big screen from what I've seen coming out this year. We saw trailers before the film started for like Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and Civil War, which looks really good. Godzilla vs Kong, which doesn't really. I'm still going to go and see it, but you know. But I can't think of anything that I know is coming out that's going to be on the same level or the same kind of scale as this film. At times, it's absolutely breathtaking. I also feel sometimes it's a bit like if the Calvin Klein modelling agency that makes all the adverts made a sci-fi film, because some of the shots do look like that. And that's not a knock on it at all. I mean, it's just a stunning looking film. Absolutely incredible. 8.5, definitely go and see it on the biggest screen you can. If you've got an IMAX, go and see it on IMAX. If you know that your cinema's got a massive screen, go and see it there instead. But do see it on the biggest screen you can. You won't regret it. And that's it. That's all I've got to say for Dune 2. I mean, lots of people will be doing lots of reviews of this film. Be interesting to see if anyone else had the same issue that I did, or whether it's just me. It's probably just me, isn't it? But, I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch it again. What I will enjoy doing is watching a double bill, which would be a very long double bill, admittedly, but still, I think watching them back to back would be really interesting. And there's no confirmation of a third film. He wants to do one. He's written a script for one. Hopefully this film is a big enough success where they actually follow through with a third film, because I want to see one. Yeah. And Aaron Butler, I thought, was incredible. I mean, him as Elvis Presley was obviously an amazing performance. And if you didn't know it was him in this film, then you would have not recognised him. Like, he really kind of got in the role. So, yeah, the whole cast were great. Florence Pugh, a bit like Zendaya in the first one, didn't have much to work with, but she did her best with what she had. I enjoyed her in this film. There was no bad performances. Just a great, great film. Go and see it. That's it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, Plyn lives.